You know what's so interesting, guys, that we failed to see? Kobe Bryant wasn't just an amazing basketball player. He wasn't just relentless on the floor and on the court. But here's what people haven't seen yet. He would have been an amazing investor. He would have been an amazing business person. If you followed his speeches, he said that he would not want to be defined as a basketball player only. He wanted his second chapter to be something that inspires the next generation. He would have been a great business person and investor. So, in tribute to Kobe Bryant, let's check out what he did with his money after he retired. So, check this video out. Hey guys, so it's been more than 24 hours since Kobe Bryant news broke out that his helicopter crashed, and until now it's still surreal. It's still a sad moment, especially for basketball fans, Laker fans, and people who admired his intensity at work, admired his work ethic, his hustle, his grit, his grind. But the reason why I'm doing this is I also want, since this will be in YouTube, this will be in the internet forever, I want a lot of people to see him not just as a basketball player, but the things that he did outside the basketball court. Because what's so interesting about Kobe is that a lot of the basketball players, a lot of the greats from Larry Bird, Wilt, Jabbar, they did some of them probably did business ventures, but we all remember them by their feats and their accolades while they were playing basketball. But what Kobe wanted to do was he wanted to be known more for his endeavors as a business person, as an investor. He wanted his second chapter to be more than what he ever did as a basketball player as well. And that's what I want to talk about. So, the title of this video is Where Did Kobe Bryant Invest? But essentially, it's what he did with his time and his money after he retired from basketball. So, before that, also, I wanted to share this. His total earnings as a basketball player, as an endorser of his brand, of his name, while he was playing, he made around 600 million US dollars. So by all intents and purposes, that's a very, very high amount. 99% of the population won't even earn that much in their lifetime, in their entire lifetime. Breaking the numbers down though, for his 680 million US dollar earnings, his NBA salary throughout his entire career, he earned around 323 million US dollars. Which, if you've been looking at the newer contracts now, Steph Curry, Harden, they've been getting 300 plus million US dollars, I think, in just a span of a few years. Also, the supermax contracts of the NBA are larger now. I think his rookie contract was just around 3 million US dollars, I think, for 3 years. So the contracts before, up against the contracts now, are way different. It means that players now will absolutely earn more because NBA players get to earn more now based on the new deals that they have as well. But if Kobe Bryant was born later, if he played in a much later era, he would have earned more than 323 million US dollars for sure. But anyways, then he got 357 million US dollars from his endorsements. His biggest endorsement was, if I remember it properly, Nike, which was giving him 10 million US dollars a year in his his entire endorsement deal with him. Now, here's where it becomes more interesting. Please remember this. Please remember the number. He earned 323 million US dollars from his NBA salary and around 680 million US dollars worth from his total earnings. What he did was this. He started Granity Studios. What's interesting about Granity Studios? It's a media company that does films, TV, has a podcast and books as well. A few years after retirement, where do you see this? He earned an Oscar. He won an Oscar for his short film, which he did 2 years just after retirement alone. Where do you find something like that? And he, not just that, talking about assets, one of the assets that he has built also is this. He's also a best-selling author. That's where he wrote the Mamba Mentality. That's where some of the things that I shared in the previous video about Kobe Bryant, his style, his narrative, how he studied the I don't know if you know this, he would study the referee's rule book just because he would know the blind spots where the referees would stand, so he would know the blind spots where if he wanted to get away with a foul, he would do so because he could stand in those specific areas. And the book just shared his mentality, his approach to life and winning. That's why I keep hammering it. What makes Kobe Bryant different from everyone else is not just because he had the skill and the talent, but because he worked hard. And what we won't see, what we will fail to see, what the world won't see, is how good of a business person he would have been, how good of an investor he would have been if it took him 2 years just to get an Oscar. How much more if he had 10, 20, 30 years of doing other things for him? That's something we would have missed out, because please remember, the Mamba mentality is not just for basketball, it's for life, it's for business, it's for investing, it's for winning. That it's something that transcends a lot of things as well. And that's something we missed out. He also made a bunch of children's books. If you go to their website, you will see the books that he wrote there. But his main goal, his main narrative, and even if you watch the videos of him right now, he just wants to inspire the next generation of athletes, of people to push for excellence, to do things to the next level. And I keep on nailing this and hammering this, especially if you're a Filipino. If you want to take your business and your investment to the next level, always strive for excellence. Always work harder than everyone else. Always push the limits. Always do things that other people don't do. If you train harder, you practice harder, you do things that other people are too lazy to do, you will win. And I hope that this Mamba mentality transcends, goes beyond Kobe Bryant, that it carries to a lot of people. Because you know what? This world needs people like Kobe, people that will inspire, people that will educate, people that will help people, people that will take other people up and bring them to the next level. So that's what he did with Granity Studios. That's what he did with the books, with the movies, with the short films, with TV. But here's what's interesting also. In 2013, he started investing informally with a lot of, I think, tech companies, a lot of companies related to media and data. But in 2016, he formalized it into a venture fund. It was a 100 million US dollar venture fund, which he called Bryant and Stable. The thing about that is it primarily focused on funding tech, media, and data companies as well. 100 million US dollars already. So imagine, if you've been following this channel for quite some time, you know already that I've been harping it over and over. The future is technology. The future is anything that will disrupt, anything that will innovate, anything that will change the way we see things and we do things. And that's what the fund was about. That was what the fund was about. So it was just exciting to see what it could have been 10, 15 years down the line, when the fund made some winning investments, when the fund actually had the chance to make a lot of good positions elsewhere. But that's something we won't get to see anymore. That's something we won't get to experience. I know the fund will be there, but it would have been nice if we would have seen Kobe Bryant steer it also along the way. Now, here's where it gets more interesting as well. If you're hearing this for the first time about Kobe Bryant, comment below. Comment that you just knew him as a basketball player, but there's so many things outside basketball that makes Kobe Bryant so interesting. This is what's so interesting about him. Body armor. Body armor, for those who don't know, is similar to Gatorade. It's there to rival Gatorade. It's there to it's there for athletes. So if you notice it also, Kobe Bryant is doubling down on things that he already has a background on. Anything where he could also leverage his expertise, his brand, his experience as a basketball player. But in the same way, he's using his money also as an investment. So here's what's interesting. Over a course of time, Kobe Bryant invested around 6 million US dollars in total for body armor. Now, what's interesting about that was this. In 2018, Coca-Cola wanted to come in, position, and invest in body armor to rival Gatorade. As you all know, Gatorade is such a big brand in the energy sports drink business. Because of Coca-Cola coming in, it made Kobe Bryant's valuation, the value of his shares in the company, to be around 200 million US dollars already. So remember what I said a while ago. His total earnings that he got as a player was around 323 million US dollars for 20 years already. His investment in just a few years, investing in the company, made him around 200 million US dollars. So what he did, active income, made him a multi-millionaire. $323 million is not a laughing matter in the Philippines. It's a lot of billions already. But what he did as an investor in a short amount of time already, 6 million to 200 million in just a few years. What took him more than 20 years to earn as a high skilled active income professional player, he was able to earn a vastly large amount also in a short amount of time. And that goes to show how investing works. That wherever you are, I hope this is something that inspires you, that if you are earning money, you are getting something. Don't just limit yourself to active income. Kobe Bryant saw it already. That's why he didn't want to be defined just as a basketball player, because he knew that his money invested properly will grow. And that's something that we won't be able to see. Now, this is something I got off the internet. This is something that I don't know if this is the exact confirmed amount, but I'll create a more updated one should I see something. His net worth on his time of death was around 600 million US dollars. This is what I believe. If he lived 10, 20, 30 years longer, he'd be a billionaire. He'd be one of the richest Americans out there as well. His brand, his acumen, his runway, his ability to be able to invest, and his Mamba mentality, his ferociousness, him working hard, that what he did, his work ethic in the basketball translated into the business field, would have been a good second chapter for him as well. So if there's anything that I'd like you to get from all of this, not just to be inspired with the life of Kobe Bryant, I hope that this is something that will translate into something for you as well, that, hey, I should use my resources, I should use what I have also to build something that will last. And what's so interesting about that, Kobe Bryant might be out right now already, but his legacy as a basketball player, his legacy that he started in the businesses that he created will be there and will last. The books that he created will be there and will be out forever as well. So just to end, this is not just about money. This is not just about where Kobe Bryant put his money. This is just not just about us missing out on his ability to be a good business person and an investor, but it's also a message to us also to do something that will last, to do something that we create as much value as possible. Because I keep saying this all the time, business is not just about how much money you make or how you earn money. Businesses will always be about how much value you create to the people around you as well. So I hope you got something from this. I don't know how many videos about Kobe I'd make, but I just make these videos based on how inspired I am and how much I want the world to know more about all of this as well. So thank you so much to everyone who watched and stayed till the end. If you're new to this, please subscribe and hit the bell. And I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.